This is Jump for Joy the Clown. Jump for Joy loves to juggle and unicycle and make balloon animals and make kids laugh. She is a great clown. Now, I feel I should probably tell you that she is also my little sister, so maybe I'm really biased.
That was the audio from a video my sister made to promote Pie Car 1, a theater show we wrote, performed in, and hosted in her apartment back in 2013 to raise money for me to attend Circus Smirkus, a circus camp in Vermont. This was because freshman year, all I wanted to do was join the circus. It was my big audacious dream, my life goal, and I was convinced that the only way to get there was that camp, but the tuition was $2,000, so naturally I went to my sister, and in that phone call, Pie Car 1 was born. I'd been clowning for around 6 years at that point. My dad and I had become clowns after a trip to Disney World when he had felt called by God to use it as a ministry, and I, of course, tagged along. During this time, we had performed at a few birthday parties of VPS, Bancroft Congregational Church, as well as Kingdom Fest, but I wanted to make clowning a career, hence Pie Car 1, an insane plan which surprisingly actually really worked. 2 shows, around 50 audience members. I went to Smirkus Camp, and people enjoyed Pie Car so much, and we enjoyed it so much, that Pie Car 2 was born the following year. Hosted in a closed-down lamp studio, Pie Car 2 was our first real show, complete with sets and costumes. It was the story of twin sister jugglers and their differences in opinions on how exactly to define success. Also, there was a gorilla. Yeah, we're cool. In this time, my circus phase had passed. I'm still a clown. That's not really something that goes away, like, ever, but I did realize that what I wanted to do was to make art that touched people, that connected with them, that I wanted to make art that glorified God. And yet, I was unwilling to simply write a passion play or a Bible Man 2. Christian art as a generalization is some of the worst, least effective art out there, probably because we as a culture tried to restrain an entire way of living into a single genre. Why can't Christian art just be art a Christian makes? And anyway, the best art has never been about answering questions. Good art asks the best questions, and Christian art should do the same. It's not enough to tell people what to think, throwing a moral at them slapped onto a happy ending. If we want vulnerability, if we want human connection, if we want anyone, if we want ourselves to gain from the things we create, we need to redefine what it means to make art as a Christian. This is that play. Pie Car 3 is the story of Joy, a doll on a music box, and her best friend Copper, head of security and a tin man of sorts. They reside at 30,000 leagues under the sea, just 2 of the thousands of patients checked into the USS Misfit, a mental hospital, or more accurately described, an exile. Here they exist, protecting the ship while trying to escape their minds, a life suddenly thrown into chaos by the inexplicable appearance of a human boy aboard the ship and the threat he poses for the rest of the ship's inhabitants. Killing him would be murder, letting him live, suicide. Our duo must make this call, all the while debating themes like what exactly it means to be human. What is the value of a life, and, most importantly, the power of vulnerability in building strong lives. This is a play to make people think. This is a story to draw Christian and non-Christians alike out of a place of mindless repetition and into lives with thoughtfulness and intention. This is a play that's gonna be good.